Day 36 of 40. I put together a 40-day protocol, which is a blend of Andy Frisella's 75 hard, a monk mode of sorts. There are lots of these protocols out there. For me, I think it's very, very good. And I'll be completely honest in these videos. I'm not going to edit anything, even if it makes me look bad. So that first step of honesty is to say that I have not stuck to the protocol. Originally, I was meant to get in bed by 9 p.m. with a book. That hasn't happened. That has been my biggest nemesis my whole life, is going to bed early. It's something that I've always felt really uncomfortable doing, just laying there sometimes awake. I hate it. I know that you need to break through that, and that eventually you'll be able to get into bed with a book and start to really associate good feelings with that, because you're reading, you're falling asleep easily, and you wake up early and you feel good for doing that. But I've never really understood why, but ever since I was a kid, I just felt awful going to bed early. I've preferred to go to bed late when I felt really tired, but that's not really compatible. All of the best entrepreneurs, people making money online that I've spoken to, a common theme, I would say among 90+% of them, is that they go to bed early and they wake up early. They prioritize their sleep. And in the book Tribe of Mentors by Tim Ferriss, he talks about that's one of the two things, is that he noticed among the most successful people, they go to bed early. And here in London, I've worked with very, very wealthy, successful people as a health coach, and a lot of them do that. They jump into bed with a book. I got it from an Italian guy I used to work for. He owns a hedge fund, and yeah, that was his nighttime routine. So 40 days, I haven't managed to stick to all of it, but I'm going to quickly share in this video some of the things I've learned. Journaling is massively powerful. If you follow this self-development, self-improvement type of community culture, you'll know that there are things like mindfulness that I've just done, or breathing exercises, reading books, going to the gym, and journaling is one of the habits that's very popular. Again, raw bit of honesty here, I've just never felt compelled to sit down with a pen and paper for 10-15 minutes. I actually have done it for short periods, like I did it for about 6 months once when I was at university, but more recently, like, it's lasted a week or two. And it is powerful, but it's just the idea of being sat there and pointing to my couch with a pen and bit of paper when I'm absolutely raring to get out of the door now, and start my day, just does not appeal. So an alternative, as I've said in a lot of the videos, is this video journaling. So if this would be helpful to you, my recommendation is just start a YouTube channel. You could even keep all the videos private, because I know some people don't want to post. They're not comfortable doing it, whatever. I totally get that. You will get more comfortable as you start recording videos, and you never know who you're going to help. Put the camera on and just talk about the problems you've had and possible solutions. Always look at possible solutions and an application, something very concrete that can be tested. It doesn't need to be the solution. You can test something. If it doesn't work, it's okay. That's valuable feedback. You try something else. And a really useful frame to adopt is that, imagine you're speaking to your best friend. We can be brutally critical toward ourselves. And I was listening to Peter Attia, who's like a health guy. I've never really been that He's a great guy, but because I did a master's degree in that, I'm not saying I'm on his level or I'm Peter Attia or better. I'm just, once you've been in that world and read a ton of those journals, you know how to train, you know how to eat, you know what's important. For example, there was a wave of Peter Attia followers, health coaches, influencers, who were just parroting what he was saying at the time, that muscle mass is one of the biggest predictors of longevity. It's like, that's so obvious. And if you'd read the research, you'd have known that 15 years ago, but anyway. So, but if you listen to Peter Attia, I keep digressing. I'm noticing that. So I've heard the remedy for this is to write a script, at least some bullet points. But if you go to, again, raw, unedited honesty here, that's all you're going to get from this channel is me making mistakes and sharing what I'm learning. It's really for me as well that I'm documenting this process. Peter Attia talks about, so to go back to what I was saying, use these to journal, find your mistakes and offer a solution as if you're talking to a best friend. And Peter Attia, one thing I definitely really learned from him that helped me is nothing to do with fat loss or muscle building or any of that kind of improving your nutrition. He spoke about how he dealt with crippling self-talk. He called him Bobby Knight, that's it. He had an evil alter ego who would just absolutely brutalize him if he ever made a mistake, to the point that he had to go and see a psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist said, whenever that voice comes up, I want you to imagine you're looking in the eyes of your best friend and record a voice note. So say you were filling up a vase with flowers and you dropped it because you were rushing again, because you're late again, and you smashed it and the glass goes everywhere. Instead of saying, you idiot, you blah, 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 blah. Say, get the phone out, pause and say, hey, whatever your friend's name is, hey, Joseph, you are late again. I get it. It's a lot on your mind right now. What could you do differently next time? Well, you keep rushing. So start your exit from the house 5 minutes earlier. Give yourself that breathing space. Accidents happen. You can clean up this glass now or later. It's okay. Do you know, I know that may sound a bit funny, but if you are brutalizing yourself with awful negative self-talk, you've got to become aware of that and change it. It's bad. I've spoken in other videos about the importance of having a growth mindset. That is critical, is crucial. If you want to make money online or develop yourself, really, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to do stupid things. We're human. You've got to become aware of it and move, and that typically goes with a fixed mindset. Very brutal self-talk and a fixed mindset go together. Growth mindset and grace go together, and that's what leads to growth. That's what allows growth. All right, so that's one of the things I've learned is journaling. I've just explained to you how I think you should, or how I've been taught to do that. I've been on a ton of coaching courses. My father's actually an executive coach. He works for people, CEOs and stuff like that. And so I'm kind of familiar with some of the techniques, and these are the best ones I've learned. I've just kind of very, very basically described it to you. So the journaling has been invaluable to me. It's brought awareness, and through journaling, I came to the idea, because I was always arriving at a solution, that I needed to write out my anti-vision. So my domino habit is to get into bed earlier, and I wrote down what will happen if I don't adopt that domino habit. And I placed it in big letters on an A4 piece of paper. It's right there now. So when I walk in this evening, I will see that. And I've just read it this morning, my anti-vision, what I don't want for my vision, my future vision. And I'll read it when I walk in this evening. And that seems to be having an effect. I've been going to bed earlier and waking up earlier. That's why I'm very excited to get out of the house now, because if I get to my spot where I start reading and then working early, I just feel like I've won the day. So that's been helpful to me. I'm going to have to start putting some bullet points down, because I really want to help people, so I share too much and then I forget the other points that I wanted to make. But I'm not going to edit these videos, so if there's an awkward silence now, then that's fine by me. Let me see. Journaling, learning from mistakes. Yes, learning online. Yesterday I finished another module of this online course, and I noticed through journaling, you'll know this from other videos if anybody watched them, that my mind instantly criticizes myself. Okay, so you can see the thread, the common thread here. I'm sharing stuff that has been useful to me, like the Peter Attia technique. Like I woke up earlier last week and my mind immediately said, instead of well done, hey, this is good, you're moving in the right direction, my mind said, well, but you're not there yet. You're not where you should be yet. You're not getting up at whatever, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. yet. So it's a fail. Now that's really awful because it puts you off making progress. Perfection is the enemy of progress. And that's my third point, actually. So, yeah, through the journaling, I've learned that I have a tendency to criticize myself. And so with this online course, I completed a whole other module. I've been doing these online courses now for like 18 months. This is the last one I need to do and to start producing this product online, which is going to help people lose weight and keep it off, because that's a totally different beast. Losing weight over 8 weeks, but staying lean and healthy for 8 years. That's what I'm interested in, because I used to be chubby and I hated it, and it pains me to think of people in that state. So I completed another module on this online learning course, and my mind, I didn't even acknowledge, I noticed it because of this journaling. I thought, here we go. I was more attuned to the negative talk, and my mind was like, meh, so what? You've done another module, and what? And my brain just felt fried, and I thought, why am I doing this? I'm not making any, it feels like I'm not really getting anywhere. But I just completed another module, a whole module of the course. So when you're learning online, there's two things I would say. One is you need to be aware of that. You need to, if you have the kind of mindset I have, which is a bit perfectionist, though I'm moving away from that now. I'm rejecting that as part of my identity as a perfectionist, because that's a terrible curse to be a perfectionist. You need to be a progress-focused guy. So that's one thing. If you're a perfectionist, or you're moving away from being a perfectionist, you're becoming aware of it and moving away. When you do these online courses, you must celebrate your wins. It's the same as fitness, nutrition, anything. Getting in shape, you must notice and celebrate your wins. So I noticed that yesterday, is that the monotony of working on your own with an online course, learning to make money, it can be really, really tough. They often have communities attached to them, but it's like some Discord or Facebook group that there isn't always, the people who created the course kind of really want a passive income style, so they don't really dip into the communities that much. Apart from the courses I've been doing, I found some good ones. You've got to be careful. There's a lot of sharks in that industry who will just take your money, and the courses are okay, but often you'll need to do several courses to get to where you want to get to. It's not going to be the one magic bullet. That's what they'll sell you, but you need to do a few. Maybe one day I'll teach people how to do it myself, but it will be a legitimately good course. In fact, probably not, because I'm focused now on helping people get in shape and stay in shape. That's really my passion. I absolutely love that. So yeah, if you're learning online, doing online courses, that's something you need to be aware of. It gets lonely, it can be monotonous. You've got to measure, and I'm talking to myself, each win and say, well done, well done, well done. Because my brain yesterday, I completed a module and it said, and what? And what? You haven't achieved anything. But that's not true. It's a hallucination. I've got to go, try and keep this short. Chris, someone in the comments, is Chris, I think. Thank you very much for the comments and the detail you gave. Somebody commented about getting in shape and wanting some advice there. Now, here's the thing. I've been thinking, I've actually written in the back of one of the books so many bullet points that I want to get into that video to give to you, that I've noticed that I've not recorded the video. I've had like a week now to do it. Again, raw honesty. And I've just asked myself, why have you not posted that video yet? And there are two reasons. One, I want it to be genuinely helpful to you and anybody else who might want to get in shape, as I once did when I was a chubby teenager, and I hated it. I had no idea how to get in shape, get away from the fat body that I had, and how to stay consistent. So I identify with the pain and I genuinely want to help you, which means that there's so much I want to say because I've been studying this for over 20 years now. I have a degree in sports science. I have a master's degree in sports science and performance nutrition. I worked with national and international level athletes. I've worked with people in London, top CEOs, very busy people, successful people, a few celebrities. Anyway. So I've worked with a range of people is my point. People with not much time, a lot of time, people with lots of money, a gym in their house, people with a chef, people with who are sort of, having to buy sort of almost by microwave convenience meals. So I've had a lot of experience and there's so much I could say from the 20 years experience that it's caused me to want to be a perfectionist, to give you the perfect video, to give you everything. And that pressure, I think, has caused me to keep allaying the video because I think, I've got to script it, I need to. So that's another learning from this journaling process and just considering myself. I think what I'm going to do is I'll start with 2 minutes of advice in this video. It's already getting a bit long, and then I have the bullet points. I'm just going to deliver you the video. So really, there are 4 pillars. Here we go, 2 minutes, and this is the foundation. There are 4 pillars to getting in shape and staying in shape, okay? For getting in shape, you can almost do it with just 1 pillar, which is exercise. You can almost just brutalize yourself in the gym 4, 5, 6 days a week, and you will see changes if you're using a science-based program. You must be training the right way. Sets, reps, all of the variables in that training session need to be legitimately science-based. If not, I see guys at the gym I go to and it just kills me. They don't know how to train and they're just way out of shape, but they're in there, they're kind of putting work in, but they're not doing it. And then there are other people who know the science. I know that they know the science, they know what they're doing, or a lot more than this first guy I just told you about, and they're in there for like 25 minutes and they're looking in better shape. So getting in shape, you can almost do it with the 1 pillar. To get in shape and stay in shape, there are 4 pillars. Quickly, they are movement. I say movement over workouts because we include in that upping your step count. This is where you bring in the 23 hours outside of the gym into the equation. You're not just focused on the 1 hour in the gym. The 23 hours outside of the gym matters a ton if you want to get in shape and stay in shape, all right? So movement, sleep, that's massively important for a few different reasons. And I'll tell you now, the biggest nemesis to that is this thing here that I'm recording on a phone. Going on a phone, and you'll know that I've been honest with you, this is a problem I've had. I love to put on a podcast in the evening and I'll start listening and it goes on past 10 p.m., 10:30, 11 p.m. And that's just not good, really. The hours from 10 p.m. till 2 a.m., I believe I'm right in saying that's when most of your growth hormone is released, okay? And you need to be getting, anyway, so movement, sleep, of course, nutrition, not a diet, it's eating habits. And you start with not what you eat so much, but how you eat, okay? It's a very important distinction. So movement, sleep, eating, and then this, mindset. It's the most important thing for staying in shape, and it's the part that people don't want to talk about. Mindset is the foundation. I get it. We've been programmed to look at workouts, and people want that quick fix, and workouts will give you that. You'll go there, you'll feel sore the next day, you'll get a pump, and you'll think that something must be happening. It will be short-lived if the foundation of mindset is not in place. So those are the 4 pillars, and it's just something for you to think about now. The style of training for you that's probably going to get you the kind of body that I'm guessing you do want, which is kind of athletic, a bit of muscle tone, less body fat, is going to be strength training. But it's not the only way. By strength training, I mean weightlifting. You can do calisthenics. There are other home workouts you can do. I have a piece of software I'm developing But yeah, they're the 4 pillars. I'm keeping this under 20 minutes and I will deliver this video soonish. Have a fantastic day. Take care.